It feels like spring today. The sun is out. It smells like spring. It's kind of warm. It makes you excited about what's coming this year. And while I'm not going to be planting quite as many vegetables as I did last year in March, I'm still going to be planting a lot of seeds. And that's because, as I've been saying, I'm going to be growing a lot more of fewer types of vegetables. So let me show you what I'm going to be sowing this month. So the first thing I'll be growing is some more lettuce. I'll be planting a few more seeds. We've got the black-seeded Simpson prize head, and then the salad bowl mix from M.I. Gardner, their free seeds. We've planted these already, and I'll give you an update on those in just a minute on how the others are doing. But we'll be planting another sowing of these at the end of the month. Also this month, we're going to be growing peas. I want to grow a lot of peas, so I may end up going to the local store and picking up some more peas. Now, these are called tall telephone, and these are going to be much taller than your typical pea plant. Normally, typical pea plants grow a couple of feet tall, maybe. These, from what I understand, they grow 5 to 6 feet in height. They grow. So I think you get a lot more production out of these, and I don't have to bend over quite as much. I'm going to be getting more of these. I think they're also called like alderman, and although these are alderman, I believe. I think in England, I've seen gardeners grow alderman peas, but in the U.S. they're called tall telephone. So there's 40 seeds in each. That would be 80 plants. I want more. So these are going to be going down at the community garden plot, or a victory garden down there. And that's what's that'll be coming in this month. I'll be direct sowing these in the garden down there. And then I'm going to be growing tomatoes. More Roma tomatoes. I had a lot of tomatoes last year. And I just got around to making up my tomato sauce. And I was surprised I didn't have quite as much sauce as I thought I was. So I'm going to be growing more Roma tomatoes down there. These are probably going to go down at the community garden as well. These are home save seeds. I pulled a bunch from the best tomatoes that I had, and I saved the seeds. So I put them aside, and I'm going to grow these. Also, got a slicing tomato. No idea what tomato this is. This was a volunteer tomato plant, but the tomatoes were really nice on it. I like them. So I saved seeds from some of them, and I'm going to grow a couple of them this year. Also going to be growing horseradish again. Going to try my hand at horseradish again. I don't have the horseradish plant just yet. I'm going to go pick one up, but I am going to be growing horseradish again. Hopefully, I'll get something out of it. You know, it's funny, I had actually given away a bunch of plants last year. I wonder if they got any horseradish out of their plants. As we know, I had a bust on mine. We'll see this year. And I might plant some beets. I'm not certain. I've actually still have a lot of turnips left over from last year, a lot of rutabaga from last year, so I'm not planting them this year, at least not in the spring. Maybe the fall I'll try. This is what the seeds I'll be planting this month. And I will be getting the horseradish very soon because I do want to plant it this week. It's only a couple of vegetables that we're starting this month. So let me show you how things are progressing with the seeds that we've already planted. So I haven't given you an update on how any of the seeds that we've planted are doing. These are my onions, and they're doing pretty good. They've already gotten one haircut already. They've grown so much. I will say these tiny little seed trays, I kind of regret planting them in here. They dry out a lot faster, and I haven't been on top of watering as much as I should be. So we did have a bunch of plants die. There's a lot of stuff in there from that's dead. That's from my clipping the tops of them. But we did have a bunch die, so there aren't as many. I mean, this is probably twice as many onions as I planted last year. So, I mean, I'm going to be fine for onions. But it wasn't as many as I had anticipated planting. or it wasn't as many as I had sown. So next year, I don't think I'm going to do this again using this tiny little seed tray, but they're coming along. My first sowing of lettuce is coming along quite well. I need to pot them up, and I'm going to be doing that today because there's like 5 or 6 plants in each of these cells here. So these are the black-seeded Simpson over here. This is the red something or other. I'll put the name on the screen. I forget what it was. And this was something something too. I'll put the name on as well. I have to go back and look at the video that I took of me planting these seeds to remember what it was. But I remember I separated it to differentiate. I put this blue tag in here to differentiate it from the others I had planted. Oh, this is the salad bowl mix. That's what this is. This is the salad bowl mix from M.I. Gardener. So they're all coming along quite well. Last year, Guten Gardening had sent me seeds, a bunch of different varieties of seeds, and I've planted several of them. One of them is Lola Rosa lettuce. So I'm pre-sprouting all my seeds this year. Even though I got these at the end of 2022, beginning of 2023, they're germinating quite fine. Here, let me show you. So most of these seeds are doing quite well as well. So I'm going to be taking these right now and putting them into containers and planting them up. This was the second sowing that I did at the end of February. Again, late getting them in. I actually pre-sprouted the seeds. It took them less than a week to really sprout. So they've been sitting there for a little while. They need to go in the ground right now. And that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm also pre-sprouting my pepper plants. These are the Keystone Resistant Giant Bell Peppers. And let me see if you look, I don't know if you can tell, but they're just starting to sprout now. And I got like 130 seeds. So hopefully they all go, because I want to get a lot of pepper plants too. But they're just starting to sprout now. So within the next day or so, I'll be planting these up. And last of the seeds that I started were broccoli seeds. Almost had 100% germination on these seeds. These over here, these are also from Guten Gardening. I overseeded this because I wasn't sure if they were going to be good, and I forget the name, and I'll put them on the screen as well. But they've sprouted. They were late sprouting. They took their time. As you can see, these popped up pretty quick. I think within 3 days these actually sprouted. These are from M.I. Gardener. Are they from M.I. Gardener? Now I got to go check again. But they sprouted very quickly. These took about a week, maybe 8 days, but they came up, and now they're starting to go. So we'll be potting these up very soon as well into a bigger container. I'm going to let them go a little bit longer, wait for the first leaves to come out, and then the first true leaves, and then I'll pot them up. So we got the broccoli, we got lettuce, we got lots of lettuce, and I actually started some celery seeds too. Those are from M.I. Gardener, and they're Utah Talls, off to a slow start. Oh, one other thing I forgot that I'm going to be planting this month, parsnips. I will be planting parsnips this month too. I forgot to bring the seeds out. I'm going to be planting it in that tall drainage pipe, really, that I planted in last year. They did okay in there. I'm hoping to get a better result. I thought they would have been a little bit fatter, bigger, just because of the nature of the container, but we'll see. But I'm going to be planting them there in that container again, and that'll be doing this month. The last update I have for you is my garlic. That has come up strong, and looks like it's taking off already. They're looking really healthy, and I don't think I lost any of them over the winter. It's like even here, this one, which looks like it might have been a slow starter, it's coming on now. The same over there. So it looks like they all didn't have any problems with the winter. I mean, it wasn't a particularly cold winter, but they're looking healthy and they're taking off. I forgot to mention that I've also got my potatoes started. And as you can see, they're sprouting. So we should be ready to plant them up into cups soon, because there's about 6 to 8 potato seed potatoes in each container. Within about a week or so, I would say, we can put them into individual cups to start growing into plants that we'll then plant in buckets and in the ground. I've also got sweet potatoes started. I started them a little bit earlier this year, and I planted more of them, so hopefully we'll get a lot more slips than we did last year, and we can actually get some sweet potatoes this time, because last year was a fail as well. So we've got seeds started, we've got seedlings growing, and we've got more coming this month ahead. So if you want to see what we were doing in the garden last week, check out this video right here. And if you find these videos informative or get any value out of them, and you'd like to support the channel, consider checking out our Spreadshop store. We've got all kinds of apparel there, and coffee mugs and hats that you can use in and around the garden. And then subscribe and hit that notification bell, and that way you can be able to follow along on the progress on all of our vegetables as we try to grow a supermarket in our own backyard. Let's grow something awesome.